morning. Today we're going to be making chicken pasta bake. Okay, we've got 3 different elements to this dish, so we need to pay attention. It's going to be a bit challenging for you to make, but you're going to be working in groups, so it should be quite manageable. Okay, we have to boil pasta, we have to saute our chicken with our vegetables in a different pan. We have to make our basic white sauce, which is called bechamel sauce, using the roux method. Okay, so we've got 3 different, and then we're going to combine everything together. Okay, the first thing I've got some water in this pan, which is already boiling. I'm going to add roughly a teaspoon of salt to that water for a taste, and I'm going to add roughly a teaspoon of oil, not too much, and that's just basically to prevent our pasta from sticking. Remember, when the water, in order for you to check that the water is boiling, it needs to be bubbling. Okay, so it needs to get to 100 degree. Okay, so don't go and put the pasta in the cold water. That's ready, so I'm going to leave that to boil maybe for about 15-20 minutes. 15 minutes I'm going to say, because it will finish off in the oven anyway. So 15 minutes. Your oven should be preheated to 180 or 6, gas mark 6 if you're using this oven. I'm going to preheat this one. Okay, because we're going to have to put the product in the oven. While my pasta is boiling, I'm going to sort my protein and vegetables out. So I've got everything pre-prepped. So I'm going to heat my frying pan. Let me just explain what's inside here. I've got chicken fillet, okay, which I've already seasoned, so it's marinating. So I've got a bit of salt, I've got a bit of black pepper, a bit of chili, a bit of dried mixed herbs, okay. If you want to, you can add chicken seasoning, okay, because I would expect you to marinate this from home, okay, so you don't have too much to do in the practical. So whoever is responsible for the chicken or whatever protein you're going to be using, please try and dice your chicken into small cubes and then marinate it from home. If you're using prawns, you can go for a tuna option. With the tuna, you don't have to do anything, just bring it in the tin, and then you can add a bit of salt and pepper to the entire product once you mix them together. Okay, bacon as well. You may choose to use bacon or mix your prawn and bacon, chicken bacon. Okay, so in here I've got marinated chicken. My pan, it's not fully heated, but I've got the flame going, and I'm going to add roughly a tablespoon of oil. Okay, not too much, just enough to prevent my chicken sticking to the pan. And I'm going to give my pasta a quick swirl so it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan. And that's cooking there. How do we check if our oil is hot again? So we can check the oil should be loosening up. We can also put our hand directly over the pan. Please do not wait for it to smoke. Don't have to, that's not necessary for you to wait for it to smoke. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to add my marinated chicken. Please don't set a distance and check the chicken in, because you may end up getting burned or burn someone else that's standing close to you. Just going to saute this in the oil, maybe for a minute or 2. I would say about 2 minutes, and I'm going to go and add my veg. Did I mention I had garlic on the chicken as well? So the garlic is there for your flavor. Then I've got some veg. Okay, I've got a bit of onion, diced onion, and I've got a bit of peppers. You can use different color peppers if you choose to. So a variety of color. I've got a bit of sweet corn over there that I'm going to add to it as well. I'm going to add my veg. So one person could be responsible for this. Once you see what I've done at the end, you would realize that one person can be responsible for the elements or helping to cut the veg and then getting this sorted, 2 of you, and then another person could be responsible for the sauce, because no one needs to basically stand there and monitor the pasta. Once you put it on, occasionally give it a stir, but no one needs to stand there and monitor it. how do we check that if the chicken is ready? Basically by using the spoon and cutting, and then if it's white or opaque on the inside, then it's done. We're not going to overcook our chicken because the finished product, or once we finish all these three, we're going to combine and put them in the oven as well. We're going to finish cooking. I'm not going to start the sauce because I need to give the sauce my undivided attention once I start it. So I'm not going to start it because I have to keep stirring it constantly. I'll just wait for this to finish. The chicken should take roughly maybe 5 to 7 minutes if you dice it really small. And again, you can have raw onion, you can have raw peppers. You don't have to overcook the veg. That's almost done. I'm going to add my sweet corn. I've got more than enough, so I won't be adding all of it. Okay. You can bring in a small tin of sweet corn, if you may. You don't have to use sweet corn. You choose the vegetables that you like. I'm just going to check if yeah, I'm happy with that. My chicken is white on the inside, and as I said, I don't want to overcook it at this point. That's enough. Okay, sweet corn, don't have to cook really. Right, so that's done. I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave that there. Okay, check on my pasta. My flame is still on, but I'm not going to turn it off. And I'm going to make my white sauce. Right, so I've got another small saucepan. I'm going to heat this one. I need a heat-proof mat because I will have to take it off the flame at different points. If you do not have enough heat-proof mat next week, just fold the tea towel and place the pan on there. Please do not put the saucepan on the surface, directly on the surface. Okay, wait for my pan to heat, and I'm going to need roughly a tablespoon of butter. Okay, so a big knob of butter. And I'm going to wait for the butter to melt. Basically get into liquid form, not to burn it. I'll wait for the pan to smoke. And I'm just using the spoon to help me to guide the butter on the side of the pan, not the bottom, so it melts really quickly. Okay, I'm not waiting for it to boil or anything, just to get into liquid form. Okay. Almost there, but I'm waiting for a little bit to melt. I'm going to leave my flame on, but I'm going to remove the saucepan at this point because my butter is in liquid form. And I've got a tablespoon of flour, plain flour. Okay, so I'm going to add to my butter. Okay, so I'm basically making a roux, what you call a roux. So get that into a smooth paste. Can't keep it on the flame, otherwise the flour is just going to clump together. So I mix this into a smooth paste, or something like that, not allowing it to form any lumps. So if you have any lumps, use the back of the spoon and press it out. Okay. Happy with that. Then I'm going to add, roughly I should be using 300 to 400 milliliters of milk. Okay, I'm going to add a bit of my milk. Next week, please measure. I will help you to ensure that you're using the right amount. So I'm just mixing this in. Ensuring that I'm not getting any lumps. Alright, so that's smooth. without any lumps. A little at the bottom, I need to mix out. Then I'm going to place it back onto the flame. And what is going to happen, it's going to thicken, okay? Because of the flour, the sauce is going to thicken, okay? Once it gets to a certain degree, 60 is going to start thickening, 80, the flour granules are going to start expanding and they're going to pop or burst, what you call it. Okay, that's just the science behind it. So it will thicken and I will require a bit more milk later on. So I'll just get this to thicken. I'm going to increase the temperature slightly. Next week, if you bring easy cooked pasta, it will be done in 12 minutes. This was a tougher version, the cheaper one. I'm going to stir it again and ensure that it's not sticking. Still not done. Right, as you can see, my sauce is thickening.
No, the camera's here.
Oh, sorry, but I can't keep it on there. It's gonna, right, it's thickening, so I need to add more milk to it. So quite a bit more. Mix again. You see the importance of keeping it, ensure that your eyes are on the sauce. So one person needs to be responsible for this, please. Okay. If you leave it for too long on the heat, unsupervised, it's going to clump together. You're going to get lumps. Okay, to get a smooth paste, you need to ensure that you're mixing. I'm going to place it back onto the heat again. And it should thicken again. My hand is getting tired as well. If you should choose to make this at home, you can add soft cheese to your mixture, okay, at the end, as well as the normal cheddar cheese or mozzarella, or a mixture of mozzarella and the cheddar. Coming on nicely, coming on nicely. Needs to get to a certain temperature before it can thicken again, because I've added the cold milk to it. But at the same time, I have to keep stirring. This is coming on nicely. Lower my flame again. This pasta is tough. If you like your pasta a bit chewy, what they call al dente, then that's fine with you. I personally like my pasta a bit soft. Okay. Alright, my sauce is coming on nicely. You want to see what it looks like so far? Yeah. So it's looking like that. And it's going to thicken. It's going to continue thickening. Okay. Can you see? Comes up. You're too far away. Do you see it? Right. At this point, I'm going to go and add a bit of flavor to my sauce. Bit of pepper. If you have white pepper, you can bring a bit in because it looks better than having black spots in your white sauce. But I don't have any white pepper, so I'm just going for my black pepper. Anyway, it's going to be mixing with everything. Now, a tiny bit of salt, tiny bit, not anymore. We don't want to add any more because my cheese is salty. Then, oh, my hands are too heavy. Then I'm going to go and add a bit of my cheese. If you've got cream cheese, you can bring a bit of cream cheese because the cream cheese tastes really nice in the sauce. So I'm going to add a bit of cheese. And then I'll wait for the cheese to melt. And then my sauce will be finished. Okay. Doesn't get any better than this. Tastes much better than your white sauce in the jar. Okay, some of you may be familiar with that one that you use for the lasagna. Or you can use it for anything really, the white sauce in the jar. But this one you can make it tasty. All my cheese has been melted. Okay, I'm just going to turn this off. Okay, turn that off, and this is what it looks like. Nice and creamy. No lumps. Okay, which I was aiming to achieve. My pasta, I'll just check if the pasta is finished. If it's cooked, basically you can take it out. Oh. And you can press it, and if it's soft, breaks, yeah, with ease, that's quite fine. Or you can basically taste one, or you can chuck it on the wall, but please do not chuck it on the wall in my room. When you're at home, you can try that method. So basically taste it, or use a finger to snap it. Most of you won't use a finger anyway, because you're going to say, but it's hot. Okay, my pasta is finished, so I'm going to take this off.
Sorry. Can you just show them that where they have to sieve it? Because sometimes they get in.
Right, using the colander, please don't be tempted to just go and dunk it in. The last practical I had, even with this year group, since year, when you were doing the spaghetti bolognese, I had to remind someone not to. They were tempted. Even last week, no, not last week, week before last week, a year 10 student was about to do that on the surface, not thinking that, okay, you've got holes, and it's going to come out, the liquid is going to come out directly onto the surface, onto your feet, and then that's going to be, I can imagine how painful that's going to be. Okay, so please don't be tempted. Let your brain sink in with your hands. Okay, so I'm just getting rid of my excess water using my colander. Some of us still call this equipment a sift or a drainer. It's called a colander. Understand that, you know, right, the name. Place that back into my pan. Then I'm going to assemble everything. I don't need this anymore. I've got a lot of equipment. You're going to be working in threes, so you should be washing up as you're going along. I'm going to add my protein with my veg, and now it's going to become a one pot. Okay, put everything together. Put this to the side. Was it hot? No, it wasn't that hot. Right, I'm going to give this a quick mix. Then I'm going to add my sauce. My sauce went a bit thick. I'm going to add a bit more milk to it to loosen it up a bit. That's why I did it last as well. Because if you do your sauce first and then you leave it there to cool down, you have the top forming a bit of skin on the top. Right, mix that in. It's not going to look appealing at this point. I need all my sauce, all of it. I don't want my pasta bake to be dry. I'm going to need all of it. So I'm going to get a little bit of milk and rinse it out with my milk because I need all the sauce. Need it to be moist. A spatula would be great to do this, but get all of that in. And then I'm going to mix everything. Mix. Then I'm going to add some more cheese. Okay, cheese to allow everything to set together. And I'm leaving a bit of a cheese for the top. Remember, there was a bit of cheese in the sauce as well that I've added to the sauce. Right, happy with this, and I've got my baking tray, my baking dish. Just gonna tip this in. And this is a 1-pot dish. If you could add more, a different variety of vegetables or more vegetables. Spinach would be nice in this. A bit of green. Adding everything together. And then I'm going to finish off with my cheese. So all the ingredients have been cooked. You can even eat it as it is. Okay, but we're going to put it in the oven to set everything to come together. Oh, wow. Don't show that area. Right, I'm just going to layer my cheese on top. Once it's cooked, the cheese will melt and it will be golden on top. Oh, I'm making a mess, sorry. So I've got all this grated cheese. I'm not going to leave it. That would be enough, but I've got the rest here. I'm just going to use it. Okay. And I'm going to put it in the oven for roughly 15 minutes. All the ingredients here have been cooked. So the only reason I'm putting it in the oven is for the sauce to set, for the cheese to melt in the product itself, and allow everything to set together. Okay. And that's it. Okay. Once it's cooked, then the cheese will melt and it will be golden on top. Okay, thanks.